Hello, good morning all of you here. Today's class is placement test 5, that is on passives. That is the sentences in passive voice. There is a test here on passive sentences, right? So the purpose of this lesson is to enable the students to identify the common errors in sentences of passive. So sentences may be in active voice or passive voice. So according to the context, according to the situation, sometimes we use passive voice sentences, especially in reports, okay, or where we need to be polite. There we use passive voice sentences, okay. So here, the purpose of this class is to enable the students to identify the common errors in sentences of passive that are asked in competitive examinations and correct them also. So naturally my methodology is inductive and interactive method, okay, with a sufficient number of examples. So feedback through tests, this is here. Actually here it is a feedback test only on my previous ELR videos on passive voice classes, right? Right. Now here let us come to the test section 1. In this one, section A, read the instructions here. Choose the word or phrase that best completes each sentence. Yeah. Read it and select here the option, okay, from these multiple choice, right? First one. We were told to put it where it was usually, yeah. Where to keep it here? Where it was usually fit, where it was usually had, where it usually belonged, where it was usually stored. So stored is the best option here, okay. So where it was usually stored, was stored here, that is the previous past tense. It was usually stored here at that place, okay. In that place only you keep it now, right? We were told to put it where it was usually stored here, okay. So this is also here, this we were told here, this is also passive, and was stored also passive, but you have to see the context here, which word fits here, belonged or fit or had or stored. So stored is the right option, right? How? So here see this, put it where it was usually stored. There is a relationship between this one and this one, okay. Second one, it wasn't the first time they had been dash how it worked. So it wasn't first time they had been taught, okay, right. Reported is not the correct option. Explained here, how it worked, explanation or teaching here. Description is also not here correct. Here reported is not correct here. So see here, okay, the choice between A and C, and check which one will be given priority. It wasn't the first time they had been taught how it worked here. This is the best option, how it worked. They had been taught here, teaching again and again here. So it wasn't the first time they had been taught how it worked, okay, right. DNA tests dash accepted in court cases. DNA tests are known accepted? No. Were used accepted? No. Have been accepted. So it should be passive voice here. Are here helping B form, known V3 form. But here again V3 form is there. Here this is V3 form. Okay. So here known is not necessary here. So were used, this is B form, this is V3 form. So here after V3 form you can't keep another V3 form. So you see here, what is the passive construction here? Object. What is the passive construction? Object here plus passive helping verb, that is B form, plus V3 form, then okay, by or with plus object, subject. This is the structure of a passive voice. This is the structure of a passive voice. Passive structure. Right? So see here, DNA test here, it is object. This is object. Then it should be followed by passive helping verb 1 B form plus V3. Here B form V3 is okay, but here again V3 form is there. So here we have to look for only B forms. So this will have is not B form. Here will have been okay. So this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong here. So have been. This is the correct one. C is the correct one. DNA tests have been accepted in court cases. C is the right option. Okay. So why not this one? Because it is V form, it is V3. After V3, there is no need of again another V3. Here used is also V3. Okay. So after V3, there is no need of another V3. So here V3 is already there. Okay. Verb in past participle is already there. So we should think of only one passive helping verb, that is in B form. So here what is that? This is here have been. That is enough. So this is the B form. Right? After B form, accepted. DNA tests have been accepted. So will have is not B form. You know B forms. So be, is, was, were, I'm, are. Okay. Be, been, being. These are called here B forms. Be, is, I'm, are, was, were, been, being. These are the B forms. So before V3 form, there must be one passive helping verb in B form. Right? Is it clear now? Next. Something dash here happened, or they would be here by now. Okay. Something here must happen. Must be happened is wrong here. That is future. So must have happened, that is not passive. So must have been happened. Something must have been or must have happened. Must have happened means this is here active voice only. Okay. Right? Something must have happened. Okay. It might have done. It must have happened. Okay. After that, after must have plus V3 also here, because it is already helping verb. Okay. Right? After helping verb here have happened. So this is also considered here as a passive structure. Something must have happened, or they would be here by now. Okay, no need of going to this one. So this is enough. Right? So fourth one is also, answer is C. Must have happened means, okay, there is 100% certainty. Okay, must have happened means when we are sure, when we think here it is 100% correct, we can use here this must have happened. Okay, right. Next, fifth one. There dash to be serious flaws in the design. Their claimed is wrong. Their reported is wrong. There were said to be serious flaws. Were said okay. There were told is wrong. They were told is okay. They were. If it is they, D is okay. But here it is not they, it is there. Is it clear? So, what is the correct option? There were said to be serious flaws. There were said to be serious flaws. Option C is the correct one. Okay? Is it clear? They were said, you can say, if they were, T-H-E-Y. Okay, if it is persons here, they were told, you can say. If person is not there here, there is there. There were said to be serious flaws in the design. Okay? Right. Next, let us move to the section B. That is errors in the sentences. Is it clear? So, we have to identify the error part. Read the instructions. Identify the one underlined expression, that is A, B, C or D, that must be changed in order to correct the sentence. Right here. See, let us see here. First one. What is that here? When he said they weren't going to get engaged. When he said they weren't going to get engaged because they were getting married right away. I assumed he wasn't already got married. But I didn't know he had just got divorced that day. Right? So, got divorced is passive only. Right? That is correct expression only. Got married, passive here. But here got married when it is passive. Again there is no need of a passive helping verb. When there is passive helping verb, okay, here there is no need of got. I assumed he wasn't already married. So here correction is needed at this place. So answer is C. What is the correct option? He wasn't married. Okay. So he didn't, he didn't get married. Get married, didn't get married or wasn't already married. Both are same. When get or got plus V3 is there, here no need of passive helping verb. Here when passive helping verb is there, this got is not necessary before this V3. Are you getting me? When passive helping verb is already there, okay, before V3 form, there is no need of get, the word get or got. Okay, I assumed he wasn't already married. That's enough. Okay, right. So C needs correction. Next, no one died. Second one, no one died, but 4 people were injured and had to be taken to hospital after a small plane was crashed near Dublin last night. Was crashed means here someone here, okay, intentionally crashed it. So here that option is not correct. So here was crashed is not necessary. Okay. After a small plane crashed near Dublin last night. Okay. So answer is D. Okay. So here was is not necessary. After a small plane crashed near Dublin last night. Next, third one. Yeah. The main door couldn't be opened. It had been locked by a special key that caretaker didn't have. He had been given a large set of keys, but none of them fitted the main door. So here it had been locked by. So here it seems passive sentence only, but here by a special key is not necessary. Here by is used only for living organisms. Here a special key is not living organism. So here by a special key is wrong here. We have to write it as with a special key. With a special key. Right? With a special key. So answer is here B. Right? Next. The sign said parking was prohibited, but my car wasn't left there for more than 5 minutes while I ran to pick up the shoes. Were repaired at Mendham's, but I was given a parking ticket anyway. Parking was prohibited, correct only. My car wasn't left, that is also correct. I ran to pick up the shoes. Okay, so which were repaired here? Or here needs a correction. Pick up the shoes were repaired. No, the shoes or which were repaired you can say, or at that time might be being repaired, which were being repaired, or okay, by that time they had already been repaired, or which had been repaired. So you can use here any of these. Is it clear? Which had been repaired at okay, means by the time you ran to pick up the shoes, they had already been repaired. So you can choose this one in that context. But at that moment here, when you ran to pick up the shoes, if they were under repair, so you can say which were being repaired. Is it clear? Or simply you can say which were repaired, all in past only. So better use this one. Right? Next. A new company has taken over the office which located next to yours, and it's going to be redecorated after it's been cleaned up a bit. Which located is wrong here. Which is located here, you can say which is located. Which is located. Is located is the correct answer. So answer is located. So what is the answer here? Answer is B. B needs correction. Here answer is C in this one. Answer is C. Okay? Right. Next. Complete this text with appropriate passive forms of these verb phrases plus by if necessary. With appropriate passive forms of these verbs means here you have to use here, if it is in passive voice you have to use them in V3 form, and also you have to use some B form before them, right? Plus by also if there is a need. See here, a hangover is the unpleasant physical feeling which dash the day after drinking too much alcohol. So it is okay. All here truth. We are speaking of the truth only. A hangover is the unpleasant physical feeling, okay, which is experienced, which is experienced. So we can go with this one, which is experienced, right? The day after drinking too much alcohol. The expression, a hair of the dog that bit you, refers to another drink of alcohol that you might have to help you recover from a hangover. In the past, it is believed or it is considered in the past. No, it is, okay, say, what is that here? In the past, we are speaking of the past. So, we should go for here, was or were only. So, in the past, it was believed. Okay, it was believed here. You can go with was. It was believed. It was believed that if you were bitten by a mad dog, if if you were bitten by a mad dog, okay, correct. It was believed that if you were bitten by a mad dog, yeah, you, instead of can, it becomes could. You could be cured. All past. You could be. hmm, Yeah. What is that? Again here some problem. This is believed only. Okay. I'll write once again. This is overwritten. It is believed. Okay. That if you were bitten, if you are bitten by a mad dog, you could be cured here. You see here. So problem is here with this one. Could be cured. You could be cured. C-U-R-E-D. You could be cured by placing a hair from that dog on the wound. Right? This treatment was widely treatment widely used or recommended by doctors. Okay, was widely recommended by doctors up to the middle of the 18th century. But the same sentence here, but it was no longer said to be effective. So what is it? It was considered. It was no longer considered effective, right? So you can say here, it is or it was. So it was, or you can say is also now. It is no longer considered effective. Now here, yeah, the same might be said here. Same here, maybe here we can say here. So the same may be said, right? Or you can use here might also. If you think of its past here, might be. Okay. Said about trying to use more alcohol as a cure for hangover. Right? A hangover is the unpleasant physical feeling which is experienced the day after drinking too much alcohol. The expression a hair of the dog that bit you refers to another drink of alcohol that you might have to help you recover from a hangover. In the past, it was in the past when it is of past generally was or were followed by V3 form. Is it clear? Right? It was believed that if you were bitten by a mad dog, you could be cured by placing a hair from that dog on the wound. This treatment was widely recommended by doctors up to the middle of the 18th century, but it was no longer considered effective. Okay, if you apply the same at present also, it is no longer considered effective. The same may be said about trying to use more alcohol as a cure for a hangover. Is it clear? Right? Now let us move to the next section, that is section D. This is a rewrite as directed. So, read the instructions. Complete each sentence in such a way that it is as similar as possible in meaning to the sentence above it. So see here, active to passive, passive to active, like that. That's it. But so beginning of the sentence is given, then you have to understand here how to write, whether to write in passive or active. Is it clear? If it begins with the object here, the sentence must be in passive voice. If the sentence begins with subject here, the verb should be in active voice. That's all. Just you remember that one. Right? They didn't build Rome in a day. So they means subject here. Didn't build, the verb is in active voice now. So how to write? There is a saying that Rome. So here Rome is object. So didn't build, we have to change it into passive voice. The Rome was, there is a saying that Rome was not V3 form built, in a day. Rome was not built in a day. right? Next, they have collected the tests and checked the answers. Again, this sentence is in active voice. Okay, right? So, but here, they is here subject. Have collected is the verb in active voice. The tests, okay, object. Even the answers also object. Two objects are there. So they have collected and they have checked. Two verbs. So here you see have collected, present perfect here. So in passive it becomes a have been collected. The tests have been, the tests have been, okay, collected. Okay, and the answers have been checked. This. So have been is implied here. So you can simply say the answers checked. That's it. Because have been is already there here. So here no need of writing again. The tests have been collected and the answers checked. So this have been, okay, is implied here. No need to repeat it. Next, a bee sting is more likely to cause a death these days than a snake bite. So here death is the object here. So to cause becomes to be caused. We have to change to cause into to be caused. 2 plus V1 becomes to be plus V3 form in passive voice. Right? 2 plus infinitive, that is V1, becomes to be plus V3 in passive structure. Remember that. So write the same. Death is more likely to be caused okay, death is more likely to be caused, yeah, by a bee sting than a snake bite. Right? Is it clear? Death is more likely to be caused by a bee sting than a snake bite. Okay? Right. Next, move to the fourth one. It was reported that there were serious problems with the new design. Yeah, it was reported here. Let us see here. Question number 4. Right? Rewrite as a directed here. It was reported that there were serious problems. So it is beginning with there. So there were reported, there were reported, there were reported to be serious problems. There were reported to be serious problems. Here you bring this one. There were, okay, reported. So remove this one. There were reported, okay, to be serious problems. To be serious problems. with the new design. With the new design. Right? That's enough. There were reported to be serious problems with the new design. Okay? Next, no one gave us instructions or showed us what to do. So this gave us is the passive voice. Us is the object here. No one is the subject. So us becomes we. We were not given. So gave here is the passive. This is in past tense, V2 form. In passive voice, was or were plus V3. We were, negative sentence. We were not given any, we can use any instructions. We were not given any instructions or not shown what to do, or not shown what to do. Right? So here again you need not write here here again, or we were not shown. You need not repeat this one. Right? We were not given any instructions or not shown what to do. Is it clear? Move to the next one. And now section E. Choose one verb or phrase from each pair to fill each space in the text. Are feeding, are being fed, are being caused, have caused, being hit, having hit, brought, was brought, died, was died, frightened or was frightened, have driven, have been driven, to take, to be taken. So from these options here, we have to fill these blanks. 8. So there are 8 pairs in the list here. Okay. Is it clear? So out of these 8 pairs, here select the right here option. Okay, in the blanks. Right here, read the paragraph. Thailand has a problem with unemployed elephants, which was brought. Okay, with unemployed elephants. Unemployed elephants. Which here it should be which is related to elephants only. Onto the road means it must be in passive form. Which have been driven. Which have been driven onto the road here. So the N fits in the first blank. Onto the road by the country's economic onto the streets by the country's economic crisis and a loss of traditional employment. Many of them by tourists. So many of them here can you go with this one, option B. Many of them are being fed or being fed. Many of them are being fed by tourists who like to take photographs of them. This is 3. To take photographs of them. Major traffic problems plural. Okay. Are being caused. Can you go with C? Problem. Yeah. Are being caused. Okay, that is. Are being caused. Problems are being caused by homeless elephants wandering the streets. Traffic. It is a singular only. By the sounds of to a standstill. Traffic to a standstill. So brought or was brought. So we can go with this was brought. Traffic was brought to a standstill one day by a racing bull elephant which dashed by the sounds of motorcycles, which was frightened here. Okay, we can, which was frightened. Which was frightened by the sounds of motorcycles and cars. Another elephant, seventh one. Yeah, what is the left here? Died, you can say, was died. Another elephant died is the correct option. So, here. Another elephant died after having hit or being hit. After being hit, that is 8. After being hit. So like this. So we have to understand the context, right? We have to choose the right word here. Hit, you know, but having hit or being hit. Having hit is, yeah, the result is here. Again taken, having hit means, yeah, we hit. The subject only hits us. Okay, the person only hits someone. Being hit means, okay, other person or someone here hits us. Then we say being hit. Okay, right? After being hit, which was being hit after the elephant being hit by a car. So here elephant is a object, here car is subject. Is it clear? So we have to understand here the context, right word, and at the same time right expression also. Is it clear? So this is the next level, right? So like this, the questions may be asked here in various ways. Okay, only on the topic here on passive structures. Is it clear? Don't think the questions will be given as if, yeah, we wrote here in our academic exams. In academic exams, isolated sentences will be given and they give instructions to change the sentence active to passive or passive to active. Here clear only isolated sentences. But here they don't give such instructions like that. We have to identify whether the blank needs the active verb or passive verb. Is it clear? And of course, we have to choose the right word and right form of that verb, whether it is in active or passive. Is it clear? That's why here a separate topic is chosen. Okay, in the placement test here, this is a model placement test on the topic passives. That is passive verbs. Verb in passive structure. Right, guys? Okay, all the best.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.